We got a special guest, drove older from Indiana, old places. So let's break it down. So I understand you've been having some low back pain, the shoulder, the right wrist, the neck, right? So let's fill us in. What's going on with those?
I'm getting older. I'll be 57. I've spent probably close to 45 years working in factories. Just physical manual labor all my life. Grew up on a farm. Just take a bunch of Tylenol and get through it. You just think it's part of it. Don't really think nothing of it.
Gotcha. So what's going on with that right wrist right now?
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of pain in here. It pops quite a bit. A lot of mornings I'll wake up and it's pretty tight. I've had jobs, ATS, which was a rough hands-on building seats for Toyota. You'd wake up like this and have to soak your hands and pry them open. Did some damage to my wrist, but it's now where I've got a Harley, love to ride it, can't ride it. After about 20 minutes, my whole hand's numb, can't feel it. Time to park it and get off. So bad deal.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Nope.
So what's going on with the neck?
Just pretty stiff. Can't hardly move, turn, look up and down. Painful to sleep.
Okay, that's how far can you look back?
Back like this.
Okay, that's not great range of motion there at all. How about turning to the right?
That's pretty much it.
What about to the left? Okay, so clearly the left, you can do a lot more. But the right, let's show to the viewers again. Go turn yourself to the right as far as you can go. You turn to the right, turn to the left. Okay, so clearly there's one heck of a loss of range of motion. What's going on with the right shoulder, sir?
I had a partial tear in the rotator cuff years ago and didn't repair it. Just got worse.
Well, there's only so much I can do with the torn muscles. So, let's go down next on the list. Low back. What's going on with that fella?
Just feels like it's out of alignment. Hurts to sit. We just drove from Indy, so yeah, it's kind of painful.
All right, understood. All right, let's take a look, see what's going on. So based on the history alone, we got, so there's a lot of hard labor, farm labor, working in a factory, 45 plus years. So all that repetitive injuries, and based on also seeing the x-rays, there are some structural damages there. A lot of degenerative joint diseases going on. In essence, like rusted up in the wrong position there for many, many decades. And the areas I really want to focus on, that's what I see in the x-rays, the fact that, he has a right wrist problem. And we'll touch base on that in a moment, but what I'm seeing in the x-rays is that, he has some issues with that 6 and 5th cervicals over here, and those nerves go to the wrist themselves, He has a lot of problems rotating the head, so I'm going to focus what's going on over here and the lower part the upper part of his back over here and the lower part of his neck. That controls the rotation. And also, see what else is going on with that lower back. So the way it's rotating and curving that way. Something's going on here and down here. So this instrumentation over here is looking for any of that signs of the inflammatory process. And we already identified several levels because you see all this pulling of fluid over here. And see all this pulling of fluid all around here. So it's going to correlate what we're seeing here. There's going to be a heat reading right smack in the middle of all that swelling. The same story with this one over here. There's a lot of puffiness fluid. See, it sounds different. Right smack in all that swelling. See a lot of swelling right here. A lot of muscle spasms swelling right over here as well. More so on the right hand side. Okay, I'm going to check. See what's going on in your pelvic foundation. Not too bad?
No. A little bit.
Right there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that 2S is in trouble. It's all in the middle of that swelling right there. Okay, that's rotated and tilted. Check your lumbar. How's this, sir?
Oh, it's pretty sore.
All right. Okay. Find a potential candidate over there. Let me check. How's this fellow right here?
That's not horrible. It's tender.
But it's not that great either.
Yeah.
It should be mobile, but it's not. It's like a brick wall in there. Oh, this poor fella.
Yeah, it's not one to give much.
No, I should be moving too, and it's not. Alexa. Yeah, this cervical is not that great. How's that fella?
I'm pretty sore.
There's a partial fixation right over here and some swelling, but this is mostly compensations. There is adjusted things. So identify some areas that's in trouble for you. So we have this fellow over here, this one over here, this here, and this here. Now these particular areas that correlate to what you were talking about during the history, saying like, oh, I got a lot of sharp low back pain. Well, this fellow over here can possibly impact what's going on with your legs, colon, so on and so forth. Same with the fourth lumbar. Can also impact your knees, and the middle of the back over here can affect not only the shoulders but also potentially with digestion. And what we touched on before as well, okay, talking about this area over here, it can also affect your wrist over here. In addition to also the nerves also control part of your shoulders. Right. So when we take a look at the X-rays, okay, we got this big bubble right over here. Right. Now this is supposed to be one bone over here. However, because of this huge gap, and it's gapped open like this foundation, that's what's causing this huge instability, what we see over here. Because this should be straight. It should be leaning over that way. And the reason why it's doing that, because when I take a closer look at this foundation over here, all these segments, they should all line up one straight in alignment. Mm-hmm. That fell over here. Everything else below it is nice and level. This one over here, it's tilted just a little bit this way. That's what's causing that down effect to go, everything else go that way. So we need to address that one to us over here. The fourth lumbar is also another potential candidate that needs to be addressed, but I'm gonna double check what's going on after we address this. And then we have this potential problem right in the mid back over here, right up here in upper back, especially this neck over here with all of that DJD. In addition to, you can see it over here. That's what it's supposed to look like, normal over here, that square shape. You see this over here? Mm-hmm. It's a trapezoid. This bone over here is what we call the compression fracture. You got squished like a jelly donut. And there's no way for us to reinflate it. But what we can do for you is biomechanically realign this fella, because this tunnel over here, the nerve got to exit out of that tunnel. But in your case, it went like that. Okay, degenerated, broke it down, and it's pinching with that nerve. Therefore, how do we expect the wrist itself to stay put? Right? It's going to have a lot of trouble doing so. So that's what we're going to address. We're going to address this. Take a look at that. Here, here, and there. So rock and roll. Let it go. Let it move. All right, sir. Tell us, what's different?
Don't pinch when I walk.
Doesn't pinch while you walk.
You don't pinch.
Okay, why don't you try sitting? How's that, sir?
I feel better.
All right.
Black shoulders.
There it is.
Yeah, it feels better.
Yeah, look all the way to the left. All the way to the right. Look all the way up. Look all the way down. Coolest thing, sir. What's different?
I can move my neck. What, it's binding up really bad right here.
Next step. How's the wrist? Give it a try.
Actually, it don't hurt.
Well, what's different about it other than not hurting?
I don't have any pain in it. Like I move my arm, I feel like I move a little better.
See, that's what we're talking about before. You know, in essence, what we did was we cleared up that massive traffic jam you got over here, because the signals from the brain needs to go pass right through here, down to the arm and into that wrist. But because it was all jammed up over there, it couldn't do its job, right? So now let's go ahead, let's take a look at what's going on the wrist. See this over here? Mm-hmm. I could deviate, I could ulnar deviate your wrist. See that radial deviation? It's jammed out, stuck. That's what I'm seeing over here. That scaphoid is not moving. It's badly misaligned this way. Your lunate's not in a great position either. That's also jammed that way either. So yeah, it just won't go this direction at all. That's all jammed up. See, it's not pivoting this. See, I could pivot your lunate this way. See that? It's also stuck right this way too. So you have both bones are misaligned. So now, the result that we're gonna look up the stream. Elbow's decent. Okay, that's good. Radius is out. That's why. So I'm gonna pump this up. I know it's no fun. Pump it up. Get this radius working again. Okay, relax the elbow, sir. This way. Good. I'm gonna set this lunate first. I know it's a little clicking in there. It's not fun. No. Good. Now we're gonna get the other part. No. There it is. Feel that scaphoid right there? It's not all in. See, even your first metacarpal. Oh, there's a freebie right there. Part of it's out too. Okay, close it. This is bone. No. There it is. Let's set your thumb. No. There's that fella. Okay, now give it a try, sir.
Better.
And what's different about it, sir?
I can actually rotate it. Used to, I couldn't move it hardly at all.
Well, pretend you're on your Harley and you turn that throttle.
Yeah, you couldn't do that. You're more or less doing one of these, trying to get it to. Yeah, definitely got better mobility in it.
Nice. Oh, how did that dance, sir?
A lot better.
All right, sir. Well, we're all set for today's visit right there. Okay. Your homework is this. I need you to ice this over here and also down there 20 minutes, 3 times a day. I'll see you in the next visit.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so give us updates. How's everything coming along?
Good, very good.
Okay.
My wrist feels a whole lot better. I can actually move it. My neck, I was actually able to sleep better without putting a bunch of pillows behind me. So it felt quite a bit better. Lower back, middle back, still a bit sore.
Well,
Still some kinks in it to be expected, but for the most part, yeah, it's definitely an improvement.
Nice. Well, thank you for the updates.